Fuck's sake. Oh, sorry, Gavin.
That was on second. That was on 1 second. You did really well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Right. Let me reset that so I can share it.
To my page.
Okay, I'm just sharing it while people join online. I'll just share it. Share. Right, post.
I'll be days. My dad's watching. You'd be doing, yeah, I was swearing yesterday.
Connie.
I heard. What?
Hiya, Connie. We'll just wait for a few more to join, and then I'll get Charlie and Tania to introduce themselves. Hiya, Meg. Hiya, Lindsay. Hiya, Gail. Hiya, Helen. So I'm joined tonight by Spooks and hiya, Danielle. Hiya, Annabelle. Joined tonight by Spooks and Charlie Girl again. So Spooks, her name's Tania Louise. She's known as Spooks on paranormal events, and Charlie's obviously known as Charlie Girl. They work well together, and I'll get them to introduce themselves in a minute. We'll just wait for a few more of you to join. So, hiya, Annabelle. Hiya, Donna.
Just fold it and it'll go off.
I don't like looking at myself.
Look at the. Oh, you can't. You're on your phone. I was going to say, look at the comments, but you can't.
No. She's actually got a screen behind here, and my face is on it. Do not ask me why Charlene's got a picture of me on her screen, because I'm starting to get a bit worried now.
Hiya, Sharon.
Okay.
Right, just give it a moment more for other people to join, and then we'll go with the introduction. So, Tania is the other half to, or Tania Spooks is the other half to Team Tania and or Spooks and Charlie Girl. They do paranormal events together. I know we'd heard from Charlene last night, Charlie, with regard to her story about the paranormal. So I've got a lot of questions to ask Tania tonight, and then we'll move on to see what spirit can do again with spirit boxes, etc.
So when you
so we'll try and get some activity around there. And Danielle loves your Brummie accent.
I ain't a Brummie. I'm from Dudley, I am. Nah, I ain't a Brummie. Nah. Nothing against Brummies, though.
Right. Hiya, Jake. Hiya, Lindsay. Hiya, Karen. Vina. And hiya, Stephen. So, a few more of you join now. So then, everyone had heard from Charlie Girl last night. So we're brought to Tania initially to start with now. So go on then, Tania. Tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Tania Louise. People call me Spooks. They've nicknamed me Spooks. Don't ask me why. I think it's weird. But I've been in the paranormal near enough all of my life. I absolutely love it. It's a passion of mine. And, you know, I go off with my little kit and I just do my own thing. I join up with other people. I collaborate, blah, 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 you know, how it rolls. And, you know, you don't have to ask me some questions because
I'm going to. Okay.
Go on.
So then, you're interested in paranormal. When did it start and how did it start?
When did it start?
Yes. When did you get the interest?
How did I get interested?
Yeah. So before your first event, what interested you in order to get to go on a first event? What was your first experience? How did you start sort of having an interest?
My first experience was when I was about 7 years of age, up to the age of say 12. I was having.
What happened then?
Pardon?
And what happened between those ages?
Shadow people. That's why I've put on the end of my name Haunted, because I still see those two shadow people today. I still see them, you know, regularly, and they don't cause me no harm. There's no problem. That's why when a lot of people turn around and say that shadow people are actually evil or blah blah blah, you know, all of that, that they're negative. They're not. Not all shadow people, you know, are negative.
A loved one spirit, a lot of loved one spirits, it takes less energy to appear as a shadow than it does anything else. So a lot of loved one spirits can appear as a shadow.
Well, that they actually come as a pair, and
male and female.
Well, they both feel like. Well, the one feels like a male. The other one, I can't say, but it feels like the bigger one makes the other one come closer to me. The other one stays back, the tall one, and it kind of like looks like it's got a hat. So that's why I started looking into the Hat Man and stuff like that. But because they did frighten me at first because I was a child, but you know, like living with it and stuff like that, you just get used to it, and now it's just like normal life. So
All talking about.
they're actually my friends. There you go.
Okay, so how did you meet Charlie then?
What? Oh, come on, don't remind me of that, Gavin, for crying out loud.
How did you meet Charlie?
How did I meet her?
She said in the graveyard yesterday.
Right, I beg your pardon. No, not a graveyard.
She said in the graveyard yesterday.
No, I said me and you used to hang around in graveyards.
We used to cut through a graveyard. We don't used to hang around in graveyards. I ain't saying that. We used to cut through a graveyard. But how I met Charlie was, there was this lad, I fancied him, he robbed a car. We both went in the car up to Blackpool. We didn't know it was nicked. The coppers got us arrested, and that's how I met her.
I don't know how to ask you after that. You've thrown me.
What? You won't even know. That's not a mirror.
So how did you get into a first paranormal investigation together? What led you with your first paranormal experience together?
Right, hang on. Let's go back to when I was 12. Right, when I was 12, this is what made me get very intrigued into the paranormal. I knew that things was happening around me. You know, I could sense things because I'm like very highly sensitive. I never knew it at the time, but it was this one occasion. I was upstairs and I went onto the landing to the toilet, and I come out the toilet, but I went to switch on the landing light. Now, as I switched on the landing light with this hand, I had a static electric shock go up my arm, and then I saw an outline of a head and a shoulder and an arm, and the arm was actually on the hand was touching my shoulder, and it was a tall like I don't know what it was, apparition or what, but it wasn't a full-bodied apparition. All it was the outline of like the neck, the head, and just the arm and the hand. Now, have you seen? Everybody knows what glitter is. Get glitter and throw it in the air. You know when it sparkles, when you can see it come down when all the lights hit it. Put that all together and make it into a string, okay? Now put that glittery string as the outline of the head, and that was what the static electricity looked like that was shining. I could see it moving around the shape of the head and the arm. I absolutely shit myself. I run into my brother's bedroom. I jumped right behind him, and his head was up top of the wall. And he shot up the corner with me. That was the best thing. I did explain to my mum and dad, but I ended up getting a clip round the ear roll and sent to bed for hurting my brother. So, you know, you have to keep it to yourself. There you go. That was my first experience. I did shit myself. And then when I was seeing the shadow people regularly, I used to watch them after that. I used to lie in bed with my blankets up to my neck, and I used to see the one float, the small one float up to the ceiling, but the other one would always stand in the corner. But then this one day, my bed was underneath the window. I was in a box room. Well, my bed would be here by the window, and the door was over there. So my mum had to walk past my door to get to her on the landing to get to her bedroom. Well, when they went to bed, my mum told me this after, like years after. But I was in the bed, and I could see one of the shadows, right, floating at the bottom of my bed. And my mum told me years after she saw something at exactly the same time, but she never said anything because she just ruled it out. She didn't like go there. But she told me she saw it floating at the top of my bed, where I saw it at the bottom of my bed at exactly the same time. So I saw it there, my mum saw it in the air. at the exact same time. So there you go.
Yeah, no, that's often the way you describe it as the glitter. I always think of it as like, you know, when tarmac's hot and you see the waves of energy off of tarmac.
Yes.
A hot day.
Yeah.
I always see spirit like that all of the time. Like with the perimeter of a person, so it looks like a figure. But that's how I generally see them. So I could.
Yeah, actually, Sharon, I was because of the age I was. If I said anything to my parents, you just get a clip round the ear hole. It was really, really scary. But then I started to talk to them. I used to say to them, you know, don't hurt me and things like that. And, you know, but I had to deal with it, just had to deal with it. So, but you want about the heat? The heat.
You know, heat on the tarmac. That's how I see the energy of spirits initially. Unless they've got a strong energy and they're trying to do a full apparition.
This was proper. This wasn't like the heat. This was like a very, very fine string. And it was the outline of the head and the arm. And it was
that with me. You know, in the middle of that outline is where the heat energy, so everywhere else is absolutely fine, just the outline. It's like a solid glow around the figures. Is how I see them.
Well, to tell you the truth, that's why now I do accept and I do the theories that people have put across that, you know, energy, they need to use energy. When I switched on that light, that's where that was an energy source, because I was switching on that light, triggering it to switch on. And that's when it just happened like that. And I've had that before as well, switching on lights, electric shocks, touching cars, electric shock. I can even, Charlene's seen it, I've got a lot of static energy in my body. People have electric shocks off me. I don't know if that's something to do with it, but I can actually get cutlery and I can put the cutlery down and I can lift cutlery up with another fork or knife. It's really, you know.
But you're very sensitive as well, because I know that you do sense and see and know exactly where spirits are when we've been on investigations together.
Yeah. I think that's like, you know, the longer that you're in the you know, the longer that you're in the field, the more that you're more. To me, it's like spirit can sniff you out. It's like they know you're, because I think that once you get into the field, the more you do it and the more you do it, I think that you get like
become a lighthouse,
like a taint, Tania, like some kind of
like
taint.
a lighthouse beacon spirit.
Yeah, and spirit can actually sense it on you, and they just know like that. They just know. They start to know your names, like spitting it out in spirit boxes and things like that. You know, my name, you know, my name's not Tania, it's Tania. My name's Tania Louise, but everybody just calls me Tania, so I've just, you know, yeah, my name's Tania. But the spirit box has actually spat out Tania and Tania Louise in one sentence. Do you know what I mean? And
We'll see if they do that later.
Okay.
But likewise, when we were on paranormal investigations, I used to just tell them to take yours and Charlie's batteries. After you caught me doing that out loud, we just tell them to take Charlie's batteries now. Like when we were at the Haunted Antique Paranormal Research Centre, spirits actually left your batteries alone and mine and purely drained Charlie's. So they do take the energy from devices. They need energy, like you were talking about the light switch. They do need the power, they do need the energy.
Can I just say something first, Gavin?
I haven't got a choice, so yeah, go on.
Right, we jumped into this really fast. I just want to say hello to every single person, because I don't like to be rude. I just want to say hello to every single person that's actually on this feed right now. And I hope that, you know, all you and your families are okay and stuff, you know, and all that. And, you know, keep safe and that. But it's brilliant that you're all on here, you know. So, hello. I'm doing it properly this time. There you go.
You asked me to ask questions. No, thank you. They're really good people that watch. There's a lot of regulars that do watch me on here. I will go through the comments. I will ask at the end if anyone's got any questions, so that you can ask. So if you do hold fire on the questions just at the moment, then I'll ask them at the end and we can all answer for you. So then, Tania, how can anyone, now you've just introduced yourself, how can anyone find you on Facebook, for instance, if they want to follow the evidence that you gather?
Right. I have got some pages. I've got the Paranormal Ghost Searchers. That is my crew page. I usually go out with the crew now and again, but we're on lockdown. I like humour. My investigations do have humour in them because I believe that laughter brings forward the spirit. I am serious about what I do. Anybody pisses about, I will, get on their back, and as we're conducting investigations. But I don't mind the odd joke and things like that and messing about, But I do believe that you should, put it on a level, get some humour in there, but still be serious at the same time. But there's also another page. It's my page. It's TL Baker Haunted. That's the YouTube one. You can go up there. I'll just bang the videos up. I ain't really one for having people follow me. If you want to, it's up to you. Okay, but give me a like. But on Facebook, it was TL Baker Haunted, but it comes under Haunted now. But you can type in TL Baker Haunted. It might pop up. If it don't, never mind.
YouTube, she does do a lot of YouTube, and her videos are fantastic. I would agree with that. If anyone was going on a paranormal investigation, you just don't turn up and be all serious with your arms crossed and sort of an energy, just waiting to see what happens. The more you have a bit of a laugh, or you can bond with each other as well as the spirits, the more activity you get.
Yes, Emma, I'm from the Black Country. Yes, I'm from the I'm from the Black Country.
How long have you been a paranormal researcher now? I didn't want to ask how old you were, so I thought I'd word it that way.
Since I've been about 21.
So how long's that?
You're asking me my age? I'm a bit cheeky.
No. I said, my question was, how long have you been a paranormal researcher? And you said, since I was 21.
Yeah, well, I ain't telling me my frigging age, am I? I've been for a very, very long time, put it that way. There you go. For a very, very long time.
So about 30 years, everyone.
Shut up.
What was your first location you went to?
Say it again.
Your first location.
The very first location. It had to be Priory Ruins, because that's where the Black Monk is from Dudley Castle.
Okay.
There you go. The Black Monk of Dudley Castle. And guess what, guys? I am holding a paranormal investigation, a Fright Night's paranormal investigation at Dudley Castle, because that's linked to Priory Ruins, and it's also got the Grey Lady there. I think as Lady Beaumont, and Charlene will be with me. So if you want a good night, just, hunt down Fright Nights. Don't worry if you pay, because if it's still on lockdown, we can also change the dates, or we'll just give you a refund. It's up to you. But I better check with Mark about the refund. So.
No, the tickets just can't follow on.
It's all right, I'm new to this. What?
If the date gets changed, the money gets their places.
Oh, if the date gets changed, your places get changed. If you don't like the date, then ask for a refund. Sorry, Mark. You're probably watching. I'm tracking you.
That's how I met Tania and Spooks, was through Fright Nights, because I work with Fright Nights as well as their medium on events. And they record a lot of evidence, Spooks and Charlie, and they're amazing at what they capture and record. Where did we first meet then, Tania? What location?
Don't you remember? Haunted Museum.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Haunted Museum.
Don't answer.
The Haunted Museum.
Martha.
So, what's your best? I guess this is two questions in one. What's your best location, and what's your favourite?
My favourite location.
And your best. It could be the same. It could be two different. A best for evidence and your favourite.
Pardon. Sorry, I don't mean that. I've had Coke. Sorry, not Coke that you sniff. Coke.
You can see what she was saying about humour, everyone.
Hello, Stephen. How's it hanging? Is that him who I shoved in a room?
Hi, Nikki.
I seen a woman dressed in black standing in the corner of my street. When I looked out the window when I was young, seemed like nuns that used to live there. That scared me. That was probably Charlene.
It was the path to the church, Sharon.
Right.
The nuns would have gone on a walk towards the church. Okay? That's why they would have been there. That probably makes sense to you, so you can reply. It was as if it would have been the route to the church.
Sharon Stewart, Davina Faye, Elle Rizzo, Barbara, Sharon Stewart. I think I've already said Sharon Stewart. Grace Wilson, Connie Norn. Sorry. Emma Weston, Stephen Hawthorne. Yay, Spooks. Yeah, hello. Sharon Stewart. Oi, Grace. I'm saying it for her and all. Donna Parisi. Oh, I like that name, Parisi. It's like Parisian, isn't it? Last time I had to leave Gavin's room, those spirits. What do you mean last time you had to leave Gavin's room? Those Marie. Last time I had to leave Gavin's.
What would you read in there?
Joke. Oh dear, Gavin's room. Those spirits taking. They scared the shit out of poor Donna. Diane Lees, Grace Wilson, Liz Griffiths, Roy, Donna again, Annabelle Smith, Barbara. Sorry about my Black Country accent. Yes, I'm from the Black Country. Did you stay in the hole? Warhol? Roy, Annabelle. So I'm going out. Sorry, Sharon Stewart. There we go. I'm in peace at the furniture. Okay.
Sharon's one of my top fans.
What?
Sharon's one of my top fans. That's what she means by she's a piece of the furniture.
Okay.
Online or anything I post, Sharon's there.
Hello, top fan.
She's a lovely lady.
I think Gavin should give out gifts, free gifts to people, you know, who become his top fans.
Do if they can get the Xena cards correct. Right. So, what's the best activity you've seen, and what's the best activity you've captured?
Right, best activity I've seen. Right, you know when everybody goes to like these big locations because Most Haunted went there, or Ghost Adventures went there, like the Ancient Ramin. Sorry, Mark, I know it's on your hit list, but I mean, you know, places like that. You've got these little locations in towns, right? Like in Dudley, there's this little pub, just this tiny little pub, and it's called the Little Barrel. Now, I actually investigated there, and there was a spirit there that had a foot fetish. He kept attacking the landlady, and he kept scratching her ankles because he just wanted her shoes off for some reason. I don't pervert. But the thing was, when I went down into the cellar, I put some onto a table. We were doing table tipping. And when we were doing this table tipping, there were quite a few investigators on it. Okay. And two of them removed themselves upstairs. And we started having the table vibrating. Then they called me onto the table. I put my hand onto the table, and an electric shock went right up my arm, and it dropped me to the floor because it just drained my energy like anything. And then while I was radioing up to Charlene, I've actually got the footage to this as well. As I was radioing to Charlene to come down to help me, because Charlene was my main second investigator. So I trusted her to come to me, and I told all the other ones to step away from the table. Then the table just jumped on its own. I've actually got it on footage. And some of my crew were novices, and they actually shit themselves, which was so funny when we watched back the footage. But you can see by the footage itself, the table moved on its own. They were all round it. I was in front, and I just turned like that because I heard one of them say, the bloody table's just moving on its own. There was still energy on that table that was making it still vibrate, and it just moved. It actually jumped. It was brilliant. That's the best piece of evidence I've ever had. See, I don't want to do Ouija boards. I don't want to bloody, what was it, you know, do a little bit of table tipping and move a bloody glass. I don't want that. I want a spirit to pick up a chair, and I want it to throw it against the wall and smash it. I want it to pick Charlene up and throw it. Do you know, I want evidence like that. I want big evidence.
Taliston House, when we went there, that table, we'd all taken our hands off the table, and it continued to...
That was brilliant. Yeah, that was brilliant. Absolutely. This house it's got a different theme for every room. It's bloody gorgeous. It's absolutely brilliant. Gavin, you're going to have to stick some photos up to show these guys what that house looks like.
The house is amazing. Like the living room, it had got wood that was made on the ceilings. The part of the living room, the dining room was castle, stuff that come from old castles. The living room had got wood from ships, boats, old boats. But we know there was a pirate linked. They loved Mark there, didn't they? Him and his bottle.
What?
I said at Taliston House, they loved Mark and his bottle.
Oh, yeah, Mark with his bottle.
But you know, you said about foot fetish.
Yeah.
Harping, we had something similar, didn't we? They were very much drawn to Charlene.
On her feet.
No, they weren't her feet.
There's only laughing over there. There's only laughing.
She didn't half get some attention at Haunted Antique Paranormal Research Centre.
That is a good place. That is a really good place. That is. Pardon.
That's based in Hinckley. Anyone that is interested in the paranormal, they do open up. And Neil Packer, it's his place. It's called Haunted Antique Paranormal Research Centre. It's in Hinckley. Saturdays, when we're not in lockdown, it's open and it's like you can go in and it's like there's a cafe, you can have a drink, you can walk around in the daytime. For anyone that's even slightly interested, that's a great place to go on a Saturday for the day out.
That's a really, really good place, that is. That's a really good place. Get me a pink lollipop. A pink one, please. Or a light.
So that was your best activity you'd seen, which you've said about the table. So what's the best activity you've captured?
Captured.
On video. What's the best evidence you've captured?
There's so many. I should say Ye Old Black Cross. The Ye Old Black Cross.
What did you capture?
Bromsgrove. Right. We went down into the cellar. Right. It's a room. It's like an old prison, and they said they used to keep the prisoners down there, and they used to hang them. But the only way you can get in there is the door here, and there's no way out the room at all. And it's a very long room. We were in there, and me being stubborn as usual, everybody was doing a seance. They were all linked, holding hands, passing love and light to the left as they usually do. The medium was there, getting all the attention as they usually do. Please don't be offended.
We're going to fall out.
Oh, guitar it is, mate. Mediums like their attention. You take a medium on an event, right, and say the event's only 4 hours, they take 3 of it, 3 hours of it up. They like to talk.
I don't take that many. I want to be on the investigation.
They're lovely, but they're lovely people, right? But they just chat too much. Hence,
in trouble in a minute, Charlie. That lady Godiva's coming out.
What do you mean, Lady Godiva?
Yeah, they kept on about Lady Godiva last night.
What it is, there was a picture of a naked woman at St Mary's Guildhall, and they said it was me because it looked like me. On and off. On a frigging os. How about that, eh? I don't know. Well, anyway, back to that and getting off the os. Ye Old Black Cross. It's right, I'm trying to open a lollipop. Ye Old Black Cross. They were all there passing love and light round. They asked me to join the circle, and I said no, I'm filming, because you know what I'm like, Gavin, for filming. I'll film everything. I
just have a knack of shouting hello at the wrong time.
Yeah, well, the thing was, I was sitting on a stool outside the circle, and it was pitch black. I had a total blackout. That means no lights at all. And I had a night vision camera rolling, and it was in my hand, and I had the Ovulus in the other. And Catherine Kelly, she was the medium at the time. She's absolutely bloody brilliant, bless her heart. She was doing the calling, doing the talk, doing all the passing it round, the love and light and all this, and asking questions. The spirit box spat out. What did he spit out first? Shoal. He spat something. She asked a question. It spat something out. And then I said the door, it looks like the door's moving, like the door's opening slightly. And I kept focusing on the door, and I informed him of that. And then she turned around and said something else. And then I felt my chair vibrating. It was just vibrating. And so I let him know. I said, my chair's actually vibrating. You know what they said? That's good. Keep it coming. And okay. So she carried on calling out. Then I noticed that the door was moving a little bit more. I told them that the door was moving. And she said, do you want to join the circle? And I said, no, I'm okay. I'm still fine. Then my chair started vibrating really, really bad. And I informed him of that. And then the Ovulus spat out direct. and she said, direct as in what? A direct. She went to say throw, then all of a sudden something came flying across the room and it hit me in the neck and it hit the floor. Now, I sent this footage to Stephen Lancaster in America. He's a friend of mine. He analysed the footage and he said that the sound, he said, you said a piece of plastic was thrown. I said, yes, but it sounded like a piece of wood. When it landed, it didn't make the sound of plastic. But we found what was on the floor, and it was a sharp piece of plastic like a dagger. And that hit me right in the neck. Well, when he analysed the footage, he zoomed in and he said this piece of plastic was still vibrating on the floor. Now, this man is well respected. He's been on the Bio channel in America. He's an author. He's well respected. You know, he's been on I think it's Discovery. I insist you'll have to look him up. Just type in his name, Stephen David Lancaster. He's absolutely amazing. He knows his shit, this man does. He really knows it. And he analysed that footage for me. And when he told me what I got, I was just like shocked. And this was another little hidden gem down Bromsgrove. It was amazing. Really, really amazing.
Talking about one of the most activities that I've seen recently is at a place it's still a business location near me in Northamptonshire, which is one of them that I've got you coming on. That's the business that it is it's still working as a business. At night time, the loudest bangs I've ever heard, table flying around on one leg, but 6 foot one direction, 6 foot the next. And it just needs 3 people on the table. It is one of the most active places ever. They are the little ones that sometimes can give you the most. On video footage, there's like thousands of orbs flying around, not just one, but thousands. And I know as soon as this is all over, you and Charlie are going to come to that one anyway. I've messaged you about it before, and then the lockdown all stopped us going. Some of these little hidden gems are the best ones for activity. They're not big or anything else like that. They just need a good story behind them, a few years of history. And they can be brilliant locations. So one question I'm sure they're going to want to know, you know, you said you were scared as a child. Have you had any scary moments in the paranormal? Anything that sort of made you not necessarily run because you're not a runner, but some scary? I've been told you've got 3.
I'm not actually not in the dark, but I have shit myself in the daytime, and that's just like I'm more jittery in the day.
I mean, literally everyone.
No. Seriously, can you remember when we were at Mary's Guildhall? Scott shit me up when the lights come on.
Yeah.
People walking around corners in the daytime just shits me up. Seriously, and that's not even on an investigation. We finished an investigation at St Mary's Guildhall in Coventry, and we'd finished, turned the lights on. I was perfectly fine walking around. All of a sudden, Scott come round the corner, just said, "All right, Tan, I shit myself. I nearly had an heart attack. I ain't kidding you. He would have had to give me. I wouldn't have wanted him to give me mouth to mouth. I hope he ain't watching this. For shit's sake, I've dropped myself in some things, you know."
You did that at that old school as well over Boston way. And you were recording in Boston, at the old school, and at the bottom of the stairs I came to find you and you were recording.
It's all right, guys. Charlene's got the earphones on.
No, I'll turn the volume right down.
I could hardly hear Gavin. What did he say?
Something about an old school.
What was the old school of Boston called?
The old school in Boston. Is that what there are?
When you outside the car.
What's he say?
What about outside the car?
I said the old school, the school that's near Boston, near Cambridgeshire.
Oh,
with the skeleton under the stairs.
Oh, Itchingbrook House.
I didn't know it from that.
You know what? We're talking to them and they say nothing. Do you know that? Booth them skeletons. I went over there on my own. Near enough shot myself in there with them skeletons. They did it for Nick Groff, but they say nothing for me. You know, funny. Oh, and another thing, guys.
Upstairs in that location, in that room, that was some energy up there. That was one place that felt uncomfortable. It wasn't necessarily scary, it was uncomfortable energy.
No, it wore me, Gavin. That was Charlene. I went off on my own somewhere. That was Charlene that was with you, not me.
That was uncomfortable energy up on that top floor.
So I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that because I
we'll bring
buggered
that
off
back.
anyway.
What equipment do you use then, Tanya? What's your? I know you've got a lot, so go through the whole list of what you do use. But what's your favourite equipment?
How long you got? How long you got?
They normally stay on while we're online, so as long as you just keep talking.
Right, I've got loads of trigger objects. You can use dominoes. You know how you can stand dominoes up? Because I'm old school and new school. You got old school, right? Now you can use analog. Don't get me excited, man. I'm having orgasm here. Look, I'm seriously. Oh, I love it. Right, this is what I'm saying. Anything about equipment, right? You got your digital recorders. I absolutely love messing about with fucking EVP. Sorry, Gavin, but you're getting me an orgasm now. EVP, you got your analog, you got your digital, right? Now, old school is analog. That's the tape. Because do you want me to get it out? That sounded wrong.
Well, man, if you've got your equipment there, yeah.
No, I bought.
Have you got your REM pod with you?
Say it again.
What equipment have you brought with you?
I've only bought a bit. Hang on.
What have you got your REM pod with you? Charlie, has she got a REM pod with her?
Have you got a REM?
Yeah. I've got two REM pods.
Put it on behind, in between the two of you. In between the two of you.
Yeah,
it's like it's off while we're talking.
I need to protect my equipment. Right, that's a REM. REM pod.
You
You got to put battery in it. I don't need the batteries in my equipment.
For it.
I have got the batteries, but I don't leave the batteries in my equipment because they can leak if you forget. Right. Are you all right, kid?
Analog, while she's doing that, what I have got before we do the spirit box, I've literally just got an old-fashioned radio that we'll do first. Every time I use this on an investigation, I can get names and all sorts out of it just from turning on. It's about £3 or £4. I know I mentioned it the other day that I'd got from Amazon, but it's just an old-fashioned radio. So we will try that later before the spirit box to show you what a old-fashioned, old school, without the digital equipment or anything, can do. Which I know Charlie and Tanya have both seen before. But back to you then, Tanya.
Right. See this? It's just a cassette tape recorder. It's on my throat, right?
Can you see that in your camera?
Right. When you get
fine.
recording on one of these, right? This is your evidence, okay? This is your actual evidence. You get to keep this to prove, you know, that your recordings are on this, whereas on a digital recorder, you can take them off there, put them into files, and they can be manipulated and edited, you know, so there you go. There's one of them.
No. I know. No.
What on earth is she doing?
I don't know. All I did when I turned around was her arse.
Perfect. Okay.
Right. Well, this is old school, basically. If you want to do old school, use this. If you want to do new school, use one of these. One of these. There's different kinds of, you know. You got your Olympus. What's this one? Oh, this is an Olympus. My favourite is Olympus, but you got Sony and all that.
What do you use on yours? What one's that? The Olympus? What Olympus is it?
It's WS 110 Olympus.
Have you had good evidence from it?
Say it again.
Have you had good activity and good evidence from it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This can be manipulated because even
if you had good evidence from it, because I know you wouldn't manipulate stuff.
No, I don't mean that. No, not that. What I'm on about is, you know, when you press record and you're sitting there and you're thinking, is there anybody there? Blah, blah, blah. You know, if there's any radio frequencies, this can pick up radio frequencies and sounds in the air that sounds like an EVP. That you could think, so it's basically a false anomaly, if you know what I mean. It's not, you think it's an EVP, but it's not. That's why you've got to make sure there's no radios, no spirit boxes on when you are using one of these. because it can sound
When
like
that's been on, have you had any good evidence from that device?
It's like if you're wearing one of these coats, you've only got to slightly move, and that could sound like, hey, you know what I mean, like a husky voice or something. So you've got to be very, very careful. You saying, have I had any good blah blah blahs with these?
It's better when if you can get a sentence, then it's obviously not just a rubber jacket or anything like that. So, have you had any good evidence through the Olympus?
I have had some you know, some really, really good stuff. I've had I had a growl at the 3 Crowns in Dudley. That was brilliant. But the one that I would recommend anybody to use, but it's very, very expensive, and it's actually, if I can find it, here it is. This you can use. Have you seen Most Haunted? They use a boomstick. A big mic on the end of a stick. It's like a boomstick. They hold it out to hear sounds. Use an H2 zoom. This is studio recording mic. This is what I use for EVP. I don't know if you can see it. It's a H2 zoom. That's what I use, and I used it. And this is live EVP as well. You can actually listen to it with earphones as it's happening. And this is my favourite piece of equipment. My absolute favourite piece of equipment is the H2 zoom. It's my baby. There you go.
Okay, so I'm almost through on the questions for you. Okay, why do you enjoy it so much?
Why do I enjoy it so much?
I know it's the adrenaline and then the proving. It does get addictive. I agree with that. Being a medium as well, it's like, but the paranormal is just something different. I know I can get the communication still, but the evidence that you can get and the way they spirit work with you is what I'd love. So just I wondered why you were personally drawn yourself to not just doing one event, but now you do them all the time. I know you've had your own group before, you've had your own company basically before, and you can't get enough of paranormal.
The only thing I can say is I was born to do it. That's the only thing I can say. I have tried to stop. I genuinely have tried to stop, because sometimes it can be bloody terrifying. What, even for me, how long I have been in it, you know, you can still get, like, I don't care what anybody says, you can still get scared. There's things that are out there, you know, that you do not know what you're communicating with. You don't know what you're communicating with at all. I do believe in spirit, but there's other things out there besides somebody's nan, besides somebody's child, besides somebody's dad, that is not, you know, of this earth.
Never lived on the earth.
That's what I'm saying. And, you know, it's like, I did try to stop the once because I had something happen. I will not tell you what it is. I won't tell anybody.
You can't go that far. They want to know.
No, I won't. I haven't told nobody. Charlene knows, and less selective few, but I will not tell anybody. It pulled me out of the paranormal. That's why I stopped. There was a massive gap. And then the same thing happened again years and years later, and it made me get back into the field. Explain that. It was the same thing, and it was to do with some entity, and it basically took me out of the paranormal and put me back in. Because when I had it again, I thought, this thing, you know, if this is the same, well, I knew it was the same thing, but
they try to feed off of fear, don't they? The negative that doesn't necessarily live, they can only feed off of fear. So without the fear, then they can't do anything.
Gavin, trust me, I wouldn't wish what I experienced. I wouldn't want to wish that anybody to experience what I experienced. I won't even talk about it in case I resurface it. Because have you ever heard somebody say, like, you know, like if you want say a Ford Escort, next thing you know, you keep seeing Ford Escorts everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
And most I've seen actually that physical wise to do with a person was on a clearance, turned up because the lady was in trouble, and she didn't come to the door straight away. She floated down the stairs, and this is a human being. She didn't walk down each step. She levitated and slid like it was a slide, but in control. There was no footsteps. The 2 feet were together, and she slid down the stairs. So, but that's obviously something different to being on a location. So certain things can happen with these things that haven't. That's in the minority.
See, I believe
no matter how much you've been on a paranormal investigation, the proofs that spirit can give that they are about can still change. Stuff that you've never experienced before can still happen.
Oh yeah. I am actually.
It's like,
I'm actually,
what do I do next?
No, I do think that I might see it again. I'm actually terrified of seeing it again, but I try not to think about it, because if you keep thinking about something, you could bring it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Put it this way: when you said, "Have you ever had anything that scared you?" That would be the only thing, but it wasn't something on a location. This was actually in my own home, and I won't go there. No, I won't go there. So, and it's all
question, kind of in a roundabout way. So I'll leave that one now. Okay.
Let's change the subject on that one. I don't feel comfortable.
So what's your favourite events company then?
Fright Nights. Who do you bloody think? There you go.
Why? Go on, tell us a bit about Fright Nights. Mark's watching.
Because he's nosy.
No, he's not,
because they let me into the locations for free. They give me free food. They let me go off on my own. They even said I could go down to the house and feed their dog. Blah 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 and all that.
Who are Fright Nights?
Nah, Fright Nights.
They're the oldest. Original.
Well, I know that. Mark is saying you're old. Right. Well, I do know they're the oldest. The oldest ghost hunting. They were the first company, original ghost hunting company. The reason why I like them is because when I went there for the first time to one of their events, they were very friendly. They were very welcoming. I'm not doing this to like get you to come and buy their tickets. It's nothing to do with that, right? It's nothing at all to do with that. It's just that they are bloody good. Because this is why I keep going back. I do keep going back, and I've actually built up a friendship. But they're just they let you do things that other companies won't let you do. This is what I like about them. They're different. They're totally different. Absolutely different.
I would recommend anyone to any group. I know I do work with Fright Nights as well as do stuff myself and other avenues. But Fright Nights, if I was going to recommend any company coming to an event that Fright Nights are running, especially one that I'm on, and especially if Charlie and Tania are on with me, we'd have an amazing time. They are wonderful. It's the original ghost hunting, the entertainment. It's not really entertainment, nothing staged. If we can debunk anything, Fright Nights debunk it. Like, well, that could be because of Joe blogs over there. They're truthful.
Well, it ain't only that anyway. It's like when you come with this company, it's like being with one big, massive family. They welcome you straight away, and they're just amazing. Honest, just give them a try. You'll see. You'll just see, and it's just fun. We're all yampy. Look at me. Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah.
No, I would agree with you there.
Was it yampy as well?
Oh yeah, Gavin. I ain't going there about Gavin. He just sits at the corner talking to himself half the time, and you don't know whether he's possessed. There's something wrong with him. Yeah, I went into a room and you said, "Hello, Tanya." I went out 5 minutes when I come in. You were like, I thought, this shit. On your own.
I was private, so I was enjoying. I was investigating a private location. That wasn't with Fright Night.
Hang on, that was private. You were enjoying it. You were looking at the wall, Gavin. What? There was just a wall. You were like that at the wall. There was some possession going on there.
With me. Charlie was enjoying it, but in a different way. She was being touched in all sorts, but she wouldn't go. She wouldn't leave.
I can't hear him. I can't even Mark. Hear him.
I'd like something. I don't know.
Look, Mark, got something to
actually talking about locations when it's like that. Taliston House that we were talking about earlier. When that finished, we stayed there tonight. And that room, room had items from every single room. Taliston House. Me and Marie stayed in the bedroom that had an item from every room. I didn't sleep a week that night. 5 minutes, with visions all the time. So, what are you laughing at now?
Daniel, what's that for? Go on, Daniel. Gavin was examining the cracks in the wall. Lol. He's always examining the cracks.
It was the cracks in the mirror, not the wall.
Oh, don't say it, Daniela did.
And it was the cracks in the mirror, not the wall.
Oh,
So it was almost like I got to one of almost like that. No,
Gavin, I'm telling you something, you're screwed now. Folks, I don't know if I told you, but I don't drink, right? But you know when somebody's pissed, you give me sugar, you've had it. I'm telling you, I've been fucking on the lollipop, Gavin, and if I've gone on.
She's bouncing off the walls right there.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
You guys, everybody's laughing the rest.
Oh, pissing off. Next.
They're all pissing themselves laughing.
Oh, don't call me.
Oh, crying.
But no, yeah, I do enjoy private locations and private events as well, which the girls have been on with me. The private ones, I can have a little bit more fun and go into on public events. So I can kind of invite the spirits close to trance and get actual proper communications if they're showing my energy like with portraits. So that's where I can pick up an awful lot of information. So for instance, with the girls, the military helmet. The military helmet.
Oh, my
Hang on.
The
I think he
military
stopped.
helmet and carpet.
Hang on, he stopped. Hang on.
The military helmet and carpet.
Tan, Grace says, imagine a night out with you. Laughing at you lot need to tell the lady on.
I'll tell you something, guy. How many shares? Can any of you listeners tell me how many shares this video has had? Anybody?
Come on, who's going to be the first?
You got to type it. No, you can't tell me Anne-Marie, Annabelle, whatever your name is.
You got to type it.
Fancy calling her Annabelle after that bleeding doll.
10.
That's in the name, innit?
Yeah.
She's
Gavin.
my demon child.
You am the next M&M. Because how fast Joe talk, mate. Yeah, I'm like a frigging rapper. I couldn't keep up. Tania has eyes, I shared it. Right, if we get round the shares here, I'll guarantee you a £5, and I promise, if Gavin promises as well, I'll take him up Pendle Hill. And we'll do a live up there. How about that, Gavin? You bring Marie with you as well. Yeah.
If you can get to 50 shares, Tanya will pay for 2 people on an event the Friday night.
I was talking about Pendle last night when we tried to put the tent up.
Bless you.
That's right, isn't it? That's right, isn't it, Tanya?
What's that?
50 shares and you'll pay for 2 people to go on a Friday night event.
Go on then. I don't mind. I've got a birthday voucher coming up because Mark's got to give me one, so I'll give them one of them.
Right. So anyway, I think I've run out of questions to ask you.
Hang on a minute. No. You just said so many shares and I will pay for 2 people to go to a Friday night's event.
Yeah.
If they do as you say, you can pick the winners and I will pay for 2 on my choice of event, though, for 2 people to go on an investigate. I'll pay. That's the deal. You can hear that, Mark. Mark, you've sold 2 tickets.
Right, that's 2 have shared.
What's they got to do?
Lindsay and Emma.
I think if it gets to 50 shares.
Annabelle shared. Danielle shared. Danielle says shared. I want a ticket.
Right, you know Annabelle Smith. She's staffed, so she can't have a ticket because she's already got one.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fair enough.
I ain't got to pick you. That's up to Gavin and Marie. I ain't picking.
Sharon doesn't want Gavin to pick her.
Sharon, you're picked. I know we've got a couple of private locations as well coming up. So if there was anyone that would potentially put 2 people on one of those as well, if it goes to that, right?
Yeah, okay. So that's 4 people then. I'll pay for 2 to come on Friday night's investigation. I'll pay that. You got it on live, right? But I'll pick the location though. That's the thing. Okay, and Gavin will let you know. Okay.
We'll go with that. So Charlie, what are you offering?
Hang on, Gavin, what did you say? You're too private. Are you going to pick for two on your private?
Yeah, I'll look at the shares and we'll do that. That's no problem at all. We can do that, but we'll go to the 4 like we said there. That's no problem. Okay.
Awesome.
And you want to know what I'm offering?
So is there anything else you want to add to any of the questions that I've asked? Okay, Tania, I know I'd wanted to ask you one question online, didn't you, Charlie?
You wanted to ask me a question? Which is something stupid.
I'm not going to ask you now.
What happened to you on our very first location, our very first invest, Station Hotel?
Station Hotel? Remember that girl on bed?
Room 213. What happened in there, Tia?
Right, Station Hotel. All right. It was a very addictive location. There's a story. We don't know whether it's fact or what, because there was a fire at the archives in Dudley and loads of stuff got burnt, you know, in the fire. We can't prove it. But loads of people have had actual, like, you know, they've experienced things. The staff have experienced things. Most haunted film there, room 214. I don't know if you saw it. The actual bed was shaking. You know, other investigators have been there. They've been signing the book at Station Hotel in Dudley. Yeah, Station Hotel by Dudley Castle, the one at the bottom of Castle Hill. Now, there's Ian Lawman is a respected paranormal investigator and psychic medium. He's also an exorcist. He warned me that there was something in Station Hotel. Okay. Now, he told me not to provoke. Now, I went to that place and I was provoking. Okay. There's supposed to be something demonic there in the cellar, something demonic. A lot of people have said that it comes up to the rooms, and they've also smelt like a sulfur smell. But there is also the story that I was going on about. It's the landlord, George Williams. He was married. He was running the pub, blah, 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 and all that. And there was one of his girls, one of these that were the maids or whatever it is, you know, the staff. He basically, him and her was having it down in the cellar, you know, now and again. She got knocked up. As it was in them days, he wanted to shut her up. He promised her all this, that, the other. She was scared. She was young. He did not want to lose his wife. He did not want the disrespect. So because she said she was going to tell his wife, he basically attacked her in the cellar and he strangled her. Then he put her in the barrel and she was pregnant. He thought that she was dead because he'd also stabbed her in the neck. But she wasn't dead. They said she suffocated in the barrel, and basically there was 2 lives because there was the child and, you know, her. Then he's supposed to have rolled the barrel chute, and she's supposed to be buried underneath the car park. We went there and I tried to communicate with George. George wouldn't communicate with anybody at all. We couldn't get him to come forward. So I refused to call him George. They were going, George, can you come forward? And I was going, I ain't going to call him George because I don't think he exists. I don't think that's his name. And the next thing you know, my laces started getting pulled. They started being untied when I was walking, like something was tugging on my laces. I was being like growled at, and I even caught an EVP outside Station Hotel over the other side of the road because there's a railway, an old railway. And I was trying to communicate with Elizabeth, and I was asking her, are you over here? Because I do believe that spirit can travel, you know, that they can travel from that location. Some people say that they're bound to that location, but I do think they can travel because I've had experiences where things have followed me home. And, you know, and
Cheers, Tania.
What? What?
It is possible, but only really if you provoke them. So if you turn up at an event, don't do what Tania does, provoke them.
I'll hold my hands up to it. I did provoke. But like I said, as you go through the years of being a paranormal investigator, your ways of working changes, and I don't provoke so much now. I only, like, you know, give a little bit of a poke, you know, poke. Come on, do something.
Yes, I encourage you.
yeah, to encourage them. But the reason why I provoked, it's because I got right into the story. I felt sorry for this woman. I did not like what he'd done. There was also a paedophile down there. I do not like anybody, whether they are dead or alive, to mess with a child. Who has messed with a child, whether they're dead or what, I don't like it. And I was giving this spirit some shit down there, right? And there was a child down there. She wouldn't come forward. Every time I pulled the child forward, this spirit would come forward. The child would go back. I don't know if the child needed help. It took me 6 years. Nobody's got this child. I can give you the EVPs that we caught of this child's voice on 2 separate occasions. She even told us her name. Her name's Mary. Her name is Mary. And she's the most sweetest little character that I've ever come across in the spirit realm at all. Honest truth, I ain't joking you. This child, the happiness that she was giving off, it was emanating in the room. And then stupid Charlene started saying, "Come on, you negative," up to the top, and brought the negative forward, and the kid ran off. And I had a right to deny, and I went mad at her because this child, we had nearly communicated, but she was still a novice, Charlene, bless her,
back then.
you know, back then. But no, it was absolutely amazing. But to feel the love of a child who is past, and, you know, the way it emanates, you know, when you've got that, you're so ecstatic and something makes you, if there's any mania, I apologise, but it's like holding your child for the first time, you know, and things like that. And, you know, you haven't seen, you know, like if your nana has been really poorly and she comes, you know, and she just come round from an operation, and you have that happiness inside, because it's 50 times stronger than that. 50 times. This child was so happy that somebody had finally spoke to her, because every time people went there, they wanted activity from the negative, from the demonic, apparently, you know, and they never thought about the child, you know, going in there, raising all this anger up from these negative spirits that they were bringing and making stronger with these Ouija boards and these glass divinations. Yeah, this child was thinking, what about me? Do you know what I mean? You're right there, Danielle. I could have passed the child on, but at the end of the day, I don't do that. That's one thing I don't do. I leave that to people like Gavin and that. I leave.
I do that. That's probably one of the things that I can't resist. If there's a child that needs the help, no matter where I am, which I probably shouldn't be saying online, no matter where I am, then the children get help. That's just me. I couldn't not do that. It's just not fair. It's not. It doesn't mean they won't come back. That's where certain people don't understand. It doesn't mean they're not going to come back to that location, but if they're stuck there, they need to then get a choice of where they want to go. A lot will come back. But yeah, children need to be helped.
I was feeling insecure.
All right. What last question for you? What location have both of you visited the most?
Can I just do one thing? Can I give my daddy a shout out? Because I think he's watching this, because I love my daddy. Hi, Dad. Yeah. Oh, my pa's watching, I think.
I can.
My daddy. Bless him. Right, you can carry on now.
So what's the location that you both visited the most?
Station Hotel. We did it for 8 years.
So how many times have you visited there?
You know when you go on a Ouija board and they say to you, don't go on it too much because you can get addicted. That can happen with a location, and I think I got addicted to Station Hotel because it was starting to affect my crew, and they were vomiting.
Spirit, well, you get called back.
No, it was it was like I just kept wanting to go back. They kept saying to me, "Pan, you've been going there too." I says, "No, I need to go back to Station Hotel. There's stuff I haven't finished. I need to go back. I need to go back." But as Charlene was asking me about what happened on the first night, he greeted me. It was like he knew I was coming, because I do believe in that as well. I think Spirit already knows.
100%.
And negative, I think they already know before us. And I sat on the bed. We thought the room was everybody thought the room was 214, but there was something about 213 I just couldn't put my finger on. And that was our base room. So I stayed in there and I sat on the double bed and I thought, oh, sod this. While them, doing their rooms and I'm in here, I'll switch the light off and I'll do a bit of calling out. I felt the temperature. When you're in Iceland, don't ask me why. Every mum goes to Iceland. When you pick up the freezer and you lift the lid of the freezers, that cold air that comes out and hits your face. I had that round my face. Now, this is the only way I can explain a really bad entity. It was pitch black. I couldn't see anything. I was in total blackness. And I felt something in front of my face, like something was watching me. And it felt like it was, to me, I could have sworn blind, even though I couldn't say it was blind. But it was like it was sniffing me out, like it was sniffing me in front of my face, but at this distance. But all the air was freezing cold in front of me. Then all of a sudden, the side of the bed went down like something sat next to me. Then there was a Rottweiler growl in my ear. I absolutely shit myself, but I held my ground. Bang, it went like that. It just went like that. Then I turned around and I said, his room is 213. That was his room. And we were right, because the staff had said that they heard noises in 213, and that they checked all the keys, but nobody had that room. But the man underneath was complaining about the noise above, and the people in 214 were complaining about the noise coming from 213. Now, when they went up and they inspected, the wardrobe had been turned upside down. It was a different way round. And, and I couldn't believe it. I had to keep asking them, you saw the wardrobe was up? They said, yeah. That person didn't work there after. They just left. I've got interviews from the staff there. I've got interviews from people who have been there. I've got shots of all the pages that people have written. It's an amazing place, but I've got 8 years of footage to go through. And my crew, the stuff that my crew was put through, it's like Paul was, he was in 213. Something was like trying to attach itself to him. He was vomiting in the toilet, and two of my crew were around him. And I run in to help him, and something pushed me in the back. Now, Charlene was laughing because she thought I fell in the back, but I hadn't. Something had pushed me in the back, as though it was trying to keep me away from Paul, because I wouldn't let George mess me about. I refused to call him George. And the more I refused to call him George, the angrier he got with me. He didn't like it at all. He did not like it. And there is another George there. His name's George Lawley. He's an historian, and he sits in the dining table in the dining area. But he's harmless. But people have said that he tidies the napkins up, but he is a positive spirit. But as for George Lawley, I think George Lawley's a bit of a trickster, but I don't think it was him that was in 213. I think the thing that I came in contact with in 213 at Station Hotel, I think that was that entity that Ian Lawman came in contact with and that he warned me about. But I've also got, if you want me to rabble on, Gavin, I'll carry on. But I also think that the entity at Station Hotel that was in 213 is also the same one from Dudley Castle, the Fellows that's at the bottom of the castle, Green Man Lane that's over the road from the castle, and also the Three Crowns, which is at the top of the High Street in Dudley. That it's by Top Church. And if you look right down, you can see Dudley Castle right in front of you, because it's just one long road, Castle Hill. And with Dudley Castle, there was an entity, because there's a cottage in Dudley Castle. And this cottage, there was said to be a man and his wife and his 2 children. He was said to have got possessed by a bad entity. He chopped up his family. and killed them. Then there was a blessing done or something. This was ages ago. There was no more activity at this cottage. Then at the bottom of the Dudley Castle, just behind the cottage, is the Fellows pub. The Fellows pub, the staff were complaining about some kind of entity in the cellar that was attacking the staff. They got a priest in and they had an exorcism there. They removed the entity from there. But over the road at Greenman Lane in the Victorian times, there was a family that lived at the back of the, I think it was a doctor's or a dentist. I think it was a doctor's. They lived behind there. A woman got possessed and attacked her husband in the bed. She didn't kill him, and because the children were in the other room, but she got possessed. He grabbed the axe out of her hand, and they left the house. They got a priest in, and he said there was something evil in there. Now, I think this is the same entity that is now at Station Hotel, but I think it uses the underground tunnels, because when we investigated the pub at the top of Dudley, the Castle Hill, the Three Crowns in Dudley, there was an entity in there that was very negative, and it sounded like the same one from the EVPs that I've got from Station Hotel, and it growled tunnels, and I've actually got the growl as well. I'll have to show you that. So I do think that that one is using the tunnels, and it's moving home every time it gets, you know, removed from that. It latches itself to another building, if you know what I mean.
And depending on how they're removed.
And Dudley Castle, yeah, Dudley Castle.
And whether they're moved fully or whether they're just moved on. There's a difference between returning a spirit and moving them on.
Yeah, I think it's shifted, and I think from the castle, it shifted to Greenman Lane. When it was removed from there, it shot over to the Fellows. When it went from the Fellows, it shot to Station Hotel. So I think it's using these tunnels, and these tunnels that are underneath are old, like mining tunnels. They're like plague victim tunnels where they've buried the plague victims, because Dudley Castle is built on a limestone hill, and underneath Dudley Castle, you've got because the Black Country Museum is just down the road, and they've got all the old canal tunnels underneath there. So you've got water, and water's a great conductor of energy. Water's a great conductor of energy. And limestone, Gavin, you know what limestone is as well. So
ley lines. I've had ley lines.
Do I experience anything at home? Yes. I've actually got my dog the other day. He was watching the floor, and you could see him just moving his head around. I actually thought it was a spider, but then when I saw him looking in the air, I thought, oh, here we go. I did do Conisbrough Castle with a lovely couple. They're called, you need to check them out. They're called Spiritus Sanctus. It's Dean Buckley and his amazing future wife-to-be, what is it, Veronica Extance, which we call Veronica Buckley now. I did Conisbrough Castle with them in South Yorkshire, an amazing place. Had an amazing time, some good activity. And when we finished it, when I came home, I had a shower the next night, and my lights were flashing in the shower room as I was getting out the shower. But it might have been because I went down Bogey Alley and I was asking Satan to scratch my back. So,
Tania,
you know,
just to reassure them on this, where we've been talking about events that we do, this isn't the kind of thing you've been talking about. These experiences aren't events with the public. They're events where you private group. You can do things differently. So this doesn't have private paranormal.
No. There's a cut-off point. When I go on investigations, I know the risks I am getting into. This is my choice. This is what I want to do. And, you know, if I want to go on a Ouija board, I'll go on a Ouija board. If I want, you know, nobody's going to stop me, whatever they say. This is my life. This is my path. This is my road. If I get hurt, whatever happens, that is my choice. I absolutely love what I do. You can ask loads of investigators. We're all yampy.
Wouldn't do that on a private event. Would not be at risk. She's got so much experience. She'd keep you safe.
When you go on investigations like with an events company, I know my cut-off point. I will not put you through the same stuff what I put myself through, because
She'd see it coming and stop it before it happened.
Oh, yeah, for that anyway. No, it's like I want to give you the experience, but you're basically novices. You're coming to experience, you know, light paranormal. I'm more there's no such thing as a professional paranormal investigator. You know, you can gain your experience, but it's like all you people that come, you know, to these events, you know, we won't give you what we do. Basically, you just, you know, have an entertaining night and you'll be protected, you'll be okay, you know. So there you
I
go.
do clearance and things like that.
So
The experience of having clearances are completely different to clearances of negative energies.
The only way I can explain it is, this is the only way I can explain it. Go on a fright night while I'm there, and then come with me, not on a fright night, and watch the difference. And then you'll say, well, go on a fright nights instead. There you go.
But yeah, no, there's different energies. Doing clearances and things like that. That's not what you're going to experience. What you're talking about there, that's the most severe he can get. But Tania's not fearful of that. She's done it so long. She keeps herself safe. She knows the boundaries, knows when to stop, knows what she wants to experience. And the moment she's had enough, she knows she can walk away safely.
Hello, Hayley. Hayley Hughes, hi. Hello, Yvonne. Glad to see you back. But yes, no. You know, you'll get, there's like Ouija boards at Fright Nights. If you don't want to go on Ouija boards, you can do the glass divination, but the Ouija board's there. What am I saying?
I like that.
It's all right. It's laughing. I thought I'd said something wrong then. I was going to say, we can use Ouija boards.
I'm laughing at Danielle.
Danielle, so long as we don't get made to look at walls or mirrors by Gavin, that's okay. I agree. Oh, Danielle.
No, that kind of thing doesn't happen on the paranormal events. That just doesn't happen.
Danielle, you haven't seen what he does with dolls. And no, not that. Oh,
Cheers,
sorry,
you take those
at the haunted. There's an investigation. What is it? There's some investigations coming up. Hang on, let me finish. There's some investigations coming up at Harpic, right? Gavin will be running these. Okay, he'll be in the lead. We'll be just his little, you know, lackeys. He'll tell us what to do, basically. But there's some haunted objects there. You've got to come. Yes, Annabelle Smith. Why are you saying it on there before you're right next to me? Bloody stupid. You know, when people have got Facebook and they live in the same house, but they're texting each other on Facebook, you know, and you're like, why are you saying it to each other on Facebook when you can say it in the bloody room? That search is yampy, I'm telling you straight. And they think I'm weird. They think I'm weird. There's something married. Well, anyway, right. I'll get back to it. Right, at Harpic, there are dolls, haunted dolls. There's clowns. There's pieces of hair from dead children, you know, that have passed and they've took photos. I hope I scare them too much. But anyway, right, you can actually touch these objects. You can hold their teeth. Do you want to hold their teeth? You can stroke them as well. It's really fun. It's like there's this one doll. No, sorry, it wasn't a doll. It was a wooden voodoo thing. Gavin was slapping it. He was antagonising it and giving it a slap. You can stroke them. You can, like, you know, do what you want with them as long as it's not sexual, because I don't think the owner would like that. You know, but yeah, you ought to come to the you know, arrange with Gavin. Come to one of these investigations.
That one's actually on the 3rd of July.
Yeah, come. You'll be okay. It'll be fun. But like, hell no. I don't like dolls and clowns. Don't worry. There's other stuff there besides dolls and clowns. I can close your eyes. I can put a blindfold on you. Who is it? Hayley. I can put a blindfold on you and walk you slowly past the clowns into the witch's room, if you want.
At Harpic, if you search the Haunted Antique Paranormal Research Centre, they have got cameras on all the time there. There's a lot of activity, a lot of items.
What's the name?
It is a good place to go initially. It's guaranteed activity anytime you go. But what we're going to do now, as Tania's paused for breath, we're going to go to some devices and we'll see whether we can get some communication going again. Okay, I know that we've had the REM pod behind Tania, which hasn't gone off at the minute. I know Tania's got some devices with her. I don't know what spirit box have you got with you, Tania?
What
spirit box have you got with you?
What spirit box? Let's have a look.
Can you turn Tanya off, please? Yeah, you need to be careful what you're doing.
I've got me old Radio Shack.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that because we used the SP7 yesterday. We'll go with the Radio Shack, okay, with you and Charlie. And what we'll try and do is try and get some of the viewers' spirits. We get them initially to come to me. I'll try and pick on 3 or 4 at a time, see if we can get them to come across to you and talk on the spirit box. Okay, but do you two need the toilet or a break briefly before we do that?
Do you want me to explain about the spirit box or what? This is the old Radio Shack. It's a shack hack. It's from was a man called Frank Sumption. He invented the spirit box. This is a hack. They took the modification. They modified it, made their own. The one who made it popular was Christopher Moon. But this one has got the white noise and the pipping. Okay. Now a lot of people don't like that. And then they made the PSB7 spirit box, paranormal spirit box, the SB7, right? So basically, I think the SB7's got seven frequencies on it, and that's why it's the 7. But after that is the SB11. I think that's total shit, to tell you the truth. I've got one of them. I don't like it. But I always keep going back to this one. I've also got the Necrophonic app. That's the one without the white noise at all. The SB.
I don't know about Necrophonic. A lot of them use it.
Yeah, I like the Necrophonic. Yeah, that's okay. But the thing is, I'm attracted to white noise. People don't think me creepy, but when I was a little girl, I used to sit in front of the TV with nothing on it. That was the only time I've ever watched TV, because I don't like TV. I used to just watch the white noise because I used to think I could see shapes, people in there and stuff like shapes. I know, I'm creepy. Well, the noise that the TV used to make, I used to find it fascinating. And that's why I keep going back to the old, Radio Shack, because I like it. It's cool. And,
I'm going to go a step before that, before we start the spirit box. I'll go a step before that with an old analog radio and see whether we can get anything through on that.
I've got the Ovulus as well. The speak and spell.
We've not spoken about the Ovulus. So we'll use that as well with yourselves tonight and see what Ovulus can come up with. But do either of you need the toilet or a break or anything before we move on?
We are now about to take a 5-minute break. Anybody wants to go and get refreshments from here,
2 minutes.
Please make your way to the left. The toilets will be on the right. What? And
2 minutes.
And can the 2 in the back row, could you please stop kissing? We do not like that in this, What? Oh, okay, sorry. Go on, I'll behave yourself. Sorry. What? Yes, I'm going for wee-wee. Charlie's going for caca.
No, I'm going.
Well, I'll talk to Tania. I'll talk to Charlie for a minute, and while you're doing that.
Okay. Look at the. Oh!
All right then, Charlie.
No, fine, thank you. Hang on.
How do you put up with working with her, Charlie?
We have an echo. Need to turn that.
I've turned it down.
That's it.
Is that better?
Yeah.
How do you put up working with Tania? How's she taking the camera with her?
I'm still sitting here. I'm putting someone.
Can you hear me all right now?
Tell him I've got another REM pod.
Yeah, does she know she's taking the camera with her to the toilet?
Nah, she ain't. She's leaving the camera there.
She's still live.
Yeah, she's leaving the camera there.
You ain't listening to me having a wee. Herbert.
How do you put up with her on locations?
There you go, Gav.
How do you put up with her on locations? You fed her sugar, it's your fault.
We bounce off each other. We make each other worse.
Ah,
But the thing is, tell him that's why we get a lot of activity.
Yeah, it is.
The spirit's so like boring twats.
No, they love the energy that me and Tan build between us.
It's all about the energy, tell him.
Yeah, because we bounce off each other.
You should know that.
The spirit, it creates more energy, and the spirits become more active.
It's not that
It does. I do believe in that.
From
Steve will agree with that. Was watching online that came to Harpic with us. Steve will agree. Once we've got laughter and everything else going, the activity just increases.
Yeah.
So we turn up on an event and there's a lot of people that are sat there arms crossed, but just want to witness and don't want to interact. Often nothing can happen. The more fun you have and the more energy you put into an event, the more energy spirit I've got to work with.
Well, Stephen, that's on Stephen Hawthorne, he was at the Haunted Museum with us. Hi, Stephen. And he knows when we were having a laugh and a joke and messing about, he knows about how the energy increased on that location when we were there. And he thoroughly enjoyed it, I think, that night.
Yeah, Steve didn't join us on a Friday night event. Steve joined us on a private event where we were going for whatever activity we could actually get. So Steve joined us at probably one of the most, probably one of the experiences that I don't know whether he wishes he could change, but definitely one that was us going for the most activity. It was more of a social event than a public event. He just came onto one that I organised myself. Girls.
Yeah, I have to give him so much praise because he went in that one room all on his own. He'd never done it before. And I've got him on video calling out, and I think he did a superb job. Well done to you, Steve. Well done.
He did say he had to throw those underpants away when he got home, though.
He's saying he wants more. And yeah, he's good. Is there anyone there? Bless you.
He's talking about pants. He's talking about pants. Right. What I'll do before we go to Spirit Box, is I'm just going to turn on an old analog radio. So just with the frequencies, I've put it to AM at the minute. So it's not just on AM frequency. I've got the aerial down, so it shouldn't be picking up any radio stations. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to see whether it can tell us my name, Charlie's name, and Tania's name. Okay, and just to show you what an analog device can do with no electronics, like from the modern day. Spirits, if there's any with us, can you please tell me my name? Tell me my name, please. Charlie, what's my name?
Can you tell us Gavin's name of the device he's holding in his hand, please?
Say it again.
Can you call out his name on the device he's got in his hand, please?
Thank you. Can you say Tania's name, please? Tania Louise. I'm just going to show you now. Look, I'm dialing up the whole of this. You see the lines going down. I'm not picking up any radio frequencies. So it's purely white noise. But
can you tell me my name?
Say hello to the guests, please. Say hello.
Spooks is just sorting some stuff out, Stephen. And then she's going to the toilet.
Say hello again.
I know. Was that my name then? I just heard.
I just heard hello at the very end, which is what I'd asked them to say. But I heard your name initially before mine, and I heard Gavin, then I heard Tania, Louise.
What?
He's just, you know, the old radio where you're dialing it up and down, Tam.
Yeah.
He's just had some spirit communication.
Anything as well.
And names and hello. That's cool. That
So
is.
I'm just showing you that's just like no electronics at all. That was purely me turning a dial on a transistor radio, basically, which came up with noise. An AM radio. I didn't have any frequency. The aerial down, purely white noise, and it came out with words. Okay, so that's the basis of how Spiritbox started in the first place. Okay?
Gavin, Tanya's in the process of setting up her other REM pod.
Okay.
It's a different one to what is out already.
Okay. So before we do that, if people would like, because I'm going to try and do some interaction from yourselves now, if you could tell us, if you want to interact, if you want this to happen, tell us the name of a spirit that you'd like to come through. And what I'll try and do is pick 3 or 4 and see whether we can get them through on the spirit box. We'll then send them backwards and forwards between us and then see whether we can get a message out of it afterwards. So just comment, please, with the name of the spirit that you'd like to come through. Not relation to you, just the name. Please, even if you joined in last night, try and choose a different spirit. Okay, not the same spirit. I'm going to use different spirits from last night.
You have 2 tickets that you're going to pay for. Make sure it's location that we're on. Because that's what I'm going to say. Those tickets, not me, will make sure that it's a location that we're there. I don't know if I can afford to pay for any tickets. Mm-hmm.
I was going to go with 3, so I've got carried away and I've got 5 to start with. So while Tanya's still setting up, I'm going to turn on the spirit at my end. Okay. And what I've picked out at the moment is I've got Sharon for Eleanor, Hayley, Hughes, David, Helen, Stuart, Emma, Bert, Grace, Anne. So the spirit names we're after hearing are Eleanor, David, Stuart, Bert, and Anne. So the names again that we're trying to hear: Eleanor, David, Stuart, Bert, and Anne. All right.
Yeah.
Go to dead wave. I'm going to use dead wave again. Spirits. Reverb on. Spirits. Spirits. Are you with me? And you're going to work with me. Spirits, you're going to work with me. You're going to try to. Can you tell me my name, please? What's my proper name, please? Thank you. Can everyone hear this online?
I can hear it.
Can everyone hear it? Everyone here, please comment. Okay, wonderful. So, step back, spirit, step back. Sharon, step back or I'll turn it off. Sharon is asking for a spirit to come through. Could you tell me your name, the spirit that Sharon wants to come through? Tell me your name, please. Again, clearer, please. Sharon Spirit, she asked the spirit to come through. Tell me your name, please.
Gavin. That's just said Tom twice in 2 different times.
I did hear. I'm just trying to get just the spirit that Sharon wanted to come through to first. I'm just trying to get them to listen to me. So the lady, the female spirit for Sharon, tell me your name, please. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if the rest of you heard that. I definitely heard the Eleanor. Okay. Haley asked for a male spirit. Could the male spirit do with Haley please say his name?
Tom, that's 4 times.
Tom will come. Tom's
Tom's
spirit,
really adamant
Haley, please.
for some reason.
Right, as well, it just said. Right, spirit, Haley, please. Thank you. Tom, step back, please. There's a spirit that Helen asked to come through. Spirit that Helen asked to come through. What's your name, please?
See that? That I bought for 65 quid.
Okay, the spirit that Helen's asked to come through. What's the name, please? Is Helen's spirit here with me, please? Thank you. Say it again clearer, please. Helen's spirit, you've already said it once. Say the name again, please. Thank you. So Emma asked for her spirit to come through. She asked for one spirit to come through. Could you tell me Emma's spirit's name? She actually asked for 2, but I'm just after the 1 name, please. So Emma's spirit's name, please. Not Ben. Is Emma's spirit with me, please? Say it again, please. The other spirit, step back, please. You'll get a turn. Otherwise, I'll turn it off. Emma's spirit, please come forward. Say it again, please. Thank you. So Grace asked for a female spirit. I'd like Grace's female spirit to come through, please. Grace's spirit, please come through.
Smoker's cough.
Grace, if Grace's spirit's here, tell me your name, please. The female spirit. Grace Wilson spirit, female spirit. Tell me your name, please. Thank you.
I thought you were about son.
5 names that I picked on there. I did hear all 5. So with Sharon, I asked and I heard Eleanor. With Hayley, I heard David. For Helen, I heard Stuart. And for Emma, I heard Bert eventually. Grace, I did hear Anne at the end. Okay? What I'm going to now try and do is send them across to Tania's device.
Tanya,
Okay.
you ready? He's sending them across.
Let me check the speaker.
I was just going to check the speaker.
Are his spooks ready?
That's lagging.
Spooks ready.
She's just sorting the speaker.
I'm going to see if we can get it loaded for him soon.
Have you got 2 speakers on your end?
Do, do, do.
Speakers on your end. I can only pick on one spirit, Hayley. I just happened to write down Bert. Okay? I know, I believe you said Ben and Bert. Pick on one for you, Hayley, not 2. Is she ready?
Is that one or should I put in the other one? Let's try the other one.
The other
one.
The other one seems to be louder.
Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, sure.
No, put it on the other one. That's better.
That one.
That's the
That's
first
only
thing
by
here
you.
is hurry up.
No, do it through yours.
Is that one's got the volume down now in it?
Yeah, through yours. You've got the mic.
Okay, let's turn this boom box off.
He's muted my mic and not muted yours.
Electrical. Right. Can you see me, Gavin? Because I don't know if you can.
Thank
Can you
you.
see me? Robot. Can you hear it okay, Gavin? Is it okay? Is it loud enough?
Yeah. Right.
Can you hear the picking?
On Tanya's device, I want
Megan.
Sharon's spirit to come through, please. Sharon's spirit.
Ben, I've had Ben twice. The Holy Spirit said, do you want to come forward, please? Come on,
Ben,
come forward.
That's showing the Ben's move from me to the side. That's not who we want. We want Sharon's spirit only, please, at the minute.
Ask Gavin to tell the name.
Move it up a bit towards the
Gavin,
microphone.
you need to tell me the names of the people.
You're after,
The ones
you're
and the
after
spirits
Eleanor
that come
first.
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Eleanor, Sharon.
Eleanor.
Eleanor for Sharon.
But move the device up
Okay.
close to the microphone.
No, I don't need the name of the spirits. I need the name of the people that's on here.
You need Sharon. That's
Sharon's
the
spirit, but she needs to move it close to the microphone.
Sharon. And then, Sharon wants to come forward.
Sharon who?
What's Sharon's last name?
You don't need that.
Bert. Can you hear that okay?
You're going to have to move it close to the speaker in a bit. Because you don't need the last name. Sharon. What's the next person?
Closer.
Closer, he says.
Sharon's spirit.
Is that okay?
Tell me your name, please.
Can you hear it now, Gavin? Yeah, you can hear it.
I'll put it in the goblet.
Yeah.
Go on, what's the name?
So Sharon's spirit, come through and tell me your name, please.
Sharon, who else? Stuart, who else?
No.
Sharon
Typing
Stewart,
it.
yeah?
That's her full name.
Okay. Who's the
Okay.
other one?
Sharon Spirit. Say your name,
Yeah.
please, on Tania's
Okay.
device.
All right, then. Right. We're going to try and call some through, me and Charlene and Gavin, but we cannot promise anything. I always say that, cannot promise. Right.
They're with you.
The Holy Spirit said, can you come forward, please? Come on, my name is Tania. Come to the spirit world. Can you come forward, please? Come on, come forward. I'm calling to any spirits who want to come forward
Sharon.
to talk.
Sharon's.
Sharon Spirit.
And we want to know if you can pass a message on or bring that other person forward. It's for a Sharon Stewart. A Sharon Stewart. Any spirits want to come on, come forward. That's it. Somebody come forward.
We want to hear your
Yeah.
name.
It's gone cold.
Okay.
Freezing cold coming through this door.
Come on, spit out some names out the box. Come on, give me some out the box. Come on, spit out some words. Catch the words. This box here. Any spirit says you want to come forward, come on.
Same
come
5
forward.
names, spirits. Same 5 spirits.
You bring some spirits through for Sharon Stewart. Sharon Stewart. Come on, say Sharon. Come on, say Sharon.
Gavin's the turn. Going.
Yeah, call them on first. Get it up. The energy.
Go on, Sharon, your spirit's name. Go on, the spirit's name.
Can all you guys?
Can you hear anything?
You can hear that.
We can't. But I know that it's just said it.
They can't hear it. So
Can't hear it.
There you go.
Hang on.
Thank you. Thank you. Say it again clearer, please.
You hear it? That said Gavin. That just said Gavin.
Put it a bit closer to the microphone.
Can't hear it at all.
you want to swap the mics over, Gavin, and I can clear on.
Okay.
No.
What? Say it again.
That's from the spirit box. Oh, clear it.
You mean change?
I heard the name.
No. Let's leave it.
Probably different from listening online.
Yes.
Oh, you mean no. What change? That it's been happening. No knocking.
Again. Heard it again.
That was
Is that
on my
better?
phone. That's one. Is that better? Yeah.
Say your name again, please. Sharon Spirit, say your name again, please. Thank you. Haley Spirit, say his name, please. Haley Spirit, say his name, please.
We've just had a name called Linda come through.
Haley Spirit, say your name, please.
There was no.
Thank you. One more time, please, Haley Spirit. Thank you. Helen Spirit, his name, please. Thank you. That was clear. Thank you. Can Emma Spirit say his name, please?
Yeah, Linda, that's very clear.
Thank you. Thank you. Say it again, please. Emma's spirit. Say your name again, please.
Linda again.
Sorry, not Stuart. We want Emma's spirit. Can you say your name clearer, please, Emma's spirit?
Done. Emma Watson says Linda could be her auntie.
Thank you. Grace. Grace's spirit. Can you say your name, please? Grace's spirit.
Gavin's calling for the other spirit. You go first.
You just heard it. Say it again clearer, please. Thank you. Okay. And now, all of you together, can you say all 5 names? So I want Sharon's, Hayley's, Helen's, Emma's, and Grace's spirits. All of you to say your names, please. In order. I want to hear all names, please.
I can see your camera doing that.
Come on, spirit, come forward. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let the spirit see you come forward, please. Come on, come forward. Even from upstairs.
Tell her not any, not any. Only the ones we want.
Only the ones that they want.
Not any. We've got to accept the rules. Only the ones we want.
The spirit called Linda.
Names, please.
The spirit that's been calling out the name Linda. Who are you? Tell me the name of the person you're related to. What was that?
Linda's trying to talk to Michael. Right.
That sounded Hayley. That sounded like Hayley just.
Okay. They're switching back to here. We'll see whether they can give the relationship. Okay. Right. I'm going to ask them now to give the relationship in order. But before I do that, I'm going to ask for Linda, because mentally I got told by Linda that she's after trying to give a message to Michael. I don't believe Michael's watching. It's as if their partner would be Michael. Okay. Give me 1 sec. Stop. Spirit, step back. Step back or I'll turn it off.
Done. Your mic off, right? So,
Spirits, I'll turn this back on when I want order, please.
okay, I'm just waiting for Lee.
Right. Linda, who are you trying to give a message to?
Very delayed, actually.
Linda, did you say Paul? Yes or no? Linda, did you say Paul?
Yes.
You did. Okay. So I got it wrong with Michael. It's Paul. She's trying to get a message through to. Right, step back now, please. I want Sharon's spirit, please. Eleanor, step forward. Step forward with your name, please, Eleanor. Eleanor only. Right, spirits. Spirit, 1 second. Sorry, everyone, 1 sec. Spirits. I'm going to turn this off. Spirits. Spirits. I'm not turning it back on unless you can give me some order on here, please. We're trying to work. I can try and bring as many through of you as possible, but I need you to work with me. I need you to do one at a time with the ones that I'm requesting, please. Okay, one at a time. I want Sharon, Spirit, Eleanor to come forward first, please. Is Eleanor with me? Tell me your name then, please. Say your name, Eleanor.
John, Alex. John again. John, Alex, John.
Thank you, Eleanor. Eleanor, have you got a message for Sharon? Tell Sharon your message, Eleanor.
It's done.
Eleanor, who are you in relation to Sharon? Eleanor, who are you in relation to Sharon? 1 sec. Stuart's been the most strong so far. 1 sec. Stuart's been so strong so far. Stuart, I want you to come through for Helen, please. Everyone else, Stuart, why step back. Stuart only. Say your name, Stuart. Stuart, what's your message for Helen, please? Stuart only.
I don't watch that.
I haven't watched that.
That is here. Stuart, pass your message to Helen, please.
Yeah.
Right. Grace is spirit. Anne. Anne, are you with me? Anne, if you're with me, say your name, please, Anne.
Helen.
Yeah, Helen.
Anne only. I want Anne spirit only. Thank you. Anne. Anne, if you're with me, everyone else step back. Spirit, step back. Right. I want to know the first holiday location, Grace. Where did you go on holiday for the first time with Grace, Anne? Say it again. Only Anne. Only Anne. The rest can have a turn. Anne only. Where did you go on holiday with Grace? Sorry, where did you go on holiday with Grace for the first time? I've just got to say this for everyone in April that and hold them back. Okay? It's like he's just getting frustrated, and it's just gone crazy. He's gone mad. So I can see him with my own eyes trying to push spirits to the back to keep the one that they want. Okay, so we're going to try one more time now with his help to bring just Anne through for Grace. And I want to know first holiday location. Turkey. Or Crete? Anne, does that make sense to you? Oh, sorry, Grace, does that make sense to you? Turkey or Crete? Lucy, he really is being a doorman. I've not seen it pretty much, but he was throwing spirits backwards. Which is why when you kept hearing him speaking, I was telling Liam to get away from them. Because Liam worked with us last night. Tanya missed that. But Liam was working with us last night. Oh.
Gavin, you just come across the us.
I can't hear the girls.
Right, and your voice.
I can hear you now.
You said like you just said like a chipmunk.
I don't know what you're saying.
You just spoke, and your words will come out.
What we'll do again, that time I did 5, I'm going to try and pick up 3 spirits. Could you tell me 3 spirits that are online would like to come through? Just the names, please. I'm going to change that because we did this last night. Instead of the names, for those online, give me the relationship of the person spirit you want to come through.
You know what you should do? Charles.
Instead of the name, give me the relationship. We'll see whether that relation can tell you their name.
No, there's no code going on. Turn my volume down. Yeah.
Both got your speakers on. I've already done Hayley, right. I've picked 3 at the minute. Okay, spirits. I'll turn my spirit box on first. Okay, and then we're going to send you to... We're not actually going to do it the other way around. I'm going to send you to Tania and Charlie first. I want Lucy's grandpa. I want your name, not that your grandpa. I want Lorraine's nan, and I want Tonia's best friend. So Lucy's grandpa, Lorraine's nan, and Tonia's best friend. So Lucy, Lorraine, and Tonia, please message on the screen what names people are listening for. So Lucy's grandpa, Lorraine's nan, Tonia's best friend. Over to you two. Who's got the spirit box?
I've got it. You're gonna have to mute Tans.
Right. Come on, computer. Right. We want Lucy's grandpa, please. Lucy, Lucy's grandpa, what was your real name? Say it again, please. Lucy's grandpa's name, or what you were known as and your real name. Thank you. Lorraine's nan. Lorraine's nan. What's your name, please, Lorraine's nan? I don't know what we're listening for here. So Lorraine, you need to tell us what we're meant to be listening for. Lorraine's nan.
Gavin, we've got K2 hits over here as well.
Good. Good.
Show them the K2 hits done.
Lorraine's nan.
You can see you.
Give us your name, please.
You're going to have to come back on.
Lovely.
I just heard that, Muriel. Tania's best friend. Tania's best friend, please. Your name. Tania, you need to tell us what we're listening for. And I just heard an Edward. I don't know if that's right.
Waiting for him to connect you. Gavin, can you reconnect Spooks?
Tania's best friend. Wonderful. Grace just said Turkey was where her first holiday was with her sister.
Gavin, can you re-add Spooks, please?
Oh. Do I have to?
Yes.
This is, do I have to? No. It's gone off now anyway.
Yeah.
Mum, Tania's best friend. Say your name, please. Loudly. Thank you. Right. Everyone else hear that then?
Celebration, clear as a bell.
Wonderful. Right. Just to give some feedback, Grace said the first holiday that she had with her sister, which is what she wanted an answer for, was Turkey. I said I heard Turkey or Crete. So she said Turkey was the first holiday that she had with her sister. So Spirit had answered that correctly. Okay.
We've heard Mirror and Celebration come through as well.
Okay. Muriel was the name that others had heard as well. Okay. So we've got those there. So Lucy's grandpa, I'm still working with at the minute. I'm going to bring back my end. Lucy's grandpa, Lorraine's nan, and Tania's best friend. After this, you two can pick three you're going to bring to your end first and then to me. Okay. So you can work with either asking for names or ask for the relation and call them through. But let's bring them through to this device here. I want Lucy's grandpa. Lucy's grandpa. So Lucy's grandpa. What message do you want to give to Lucy? Love her. Okay. Thank you. Lorraine's nan. Lorraine's nan. Give Lorraine a message, please. Proud of you. Tania. Tania's best friend. What message have you got? What was your name again? What's the message, please, for Tania? Friend. Could you tell us something about Tania that no one else knows? Something about a house, so she knows you visit. Tell us something about the bedroom. Bedroom. Tidy up. So, Mike, did you just say tidy up with regards to the bedroom, Mike? What message? I know I heard best friend as well there, Tania, which you already said, okay? But now I'm going to put it in the girls' hands, not me choosing. Okay, girls, which way did you want to work? Do
He's passing
you want?
them over to us now.
What for this spirit box? Shall I come over there?
So what three people do you want?
Shall I bring my phone in?
Yeah,
Bring the phone.
Right.
We've got to pick.
Do you want to work with friends or relations?
Yeah.
Plumbing exercise of them. Bloody hell.
Right, we've got
Do you want to work with friends or relations? Sorry, names or relations?
Names or relations.
yeah, we've got to pick 3 off who's watching. There's lots of echo.
What do you want though? Names or relations?
Is it because you can't? I have my
We're
phone
not
here.
bothered. It's up to the guys that's watching what they want.
Right, I'm putting my phone over.
You choose. You choose.
Shall we go first? Shall we ask for the people's? Go by the people's names that want.
Yeah, let me get a pen and paper.
Names or relations?
Go on then.
We're going to go by the people that's watching their
Names.
name and ask for the spirits that's there for them.
Okay, but you only want one.
Tan's going to
You
write
could
some
be rusty.
names
You only
anyway.
want one.
So if you guys,
Okay, so you put your names of the people you want. And we'll come up with the relations. So the names of the people you want.
yeah,
Those online, the names of the people you want, they will pick 3.
yeah,
In a minute, I've got an idea with the REM pod by you. What I'm going to do is try and get the spirits to talk on my device and send them across to set the REM pod off in front of you. After.
okay, right. We've
Right.
got Michael that's after John.
What's his last name?
Michael McCartney.
Is that Michelle, not Michael? That's Michelle, not
Oh, it's
Michael.
Michelle. They're going up too fast.
McCartney.
Yeah, hang on, let me go back up. Where's Michelle gone? Where's Michelle gone? There.
Michelle.
John.
Michelle McCartney.
Yeah, she's after John.
Helen's still on. She's after a John.
Yeah.
I've heard John come through quite a few times.
Yeah.
Go on.
Barbara. After a Kathy. Rizzo Lamassa. I think that's how it's spelled.
Oh, is this one?
Yeah.
Barbara. Rizzo Lamassa.
Just after a Kathy.
Kathy. Okay.
Carrie Perkins. She's after a Darcy or Richard.
Darcy. Or a Richard.
Yeah.
Who's after a Dorothy?
And
That's a nice name, mate, Darcy.
yeah, about Anne Marie, Louis, or Alan. One or Beckby for Rose. What's your-
You pick one.
Let's go for that one.
Oh, Beckby.
Yeah.
Right. So have you picked 3?
We've got 4.
4? No worries. You go with your spirit box then.
Is that alcohol?
Yeah. I'll let you put the calling out.
Then his spirit said, do you want to come forward to the people that I'm going to call out? If there's any guides here at all, could you please come forward and try and communicate with these spirits, or bring that, that's a spirit box, and then try and bring those forward for these people. It's for a Michelle McCarney, who wants a John. Is there a John there? Can you say John? For a Michelle, a John. If there's any spirits there that could bring forward a John for a Michelle McCarney. Come on, come and talk to me. Come on. I want a John or a Kathy or a Darcy. I am interested tonight though in the Darcy. I've got a good feeling about the Darcy. For a Carrie Perkins. Can you say Darcy for me? I think any questions before you?
Darcy's giving a slight different message. She's not using her name. She's using what she called. She's using what she called Carrie. Darcy is using what she called Carrie.
She's not using her proper name. She's using her name.
Oh,
And she
okay.
called Carrie, which we heard last night.
Okay, spirits, can you come forward, please? Can you bring forward a Darcy? Is there anybody there called Darcy? A Richard, a Kathy, a John, a Rose.
Liam.
Say Liam.
That sounded like Liam just.
Liam's got Darcy there with you.
Liam is Darcy.
Liam's holding the energies back for Darcy.
If there's a spirit there called Liam, could you bring Darcy forward, a Darcy? Come on, talk to me.
Yes. We've heard the name.
What about a Rose or a Kathy?
Kathy.
It's them.
Yeah. I'm calling to a spirit called Darcy. Liam, bring forward Darcy. Could you say Darcy? Can you say Darcy or Richard? Is there a Darcy there that's connected to a Richard? If the Darcy is younger than the Richard, could the Richard come forward for the Darcy? Darcy!
Necrophonics. They're like necrophonics.
So people, Annabelle asked me to download the necrophonics.
Ask them if they'd like to use that.
Hold on.
Ask Spirit if they want to use necrophonics.
The spirits that are here with us, do you want to use the necrophonics?
We do. Yes or no?
Can you tell us yes or no, please? Would you like to use the necrophonics?
Charlie, have either of you got necrophonics?
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch to necrophonics.
She said, Tan says, bear with her.
Okay. So I don't know what names you're after. I'm going to try my end while you're doing that, see whether I can get the names of the people you want. Okay, purely the names. I don't know who you've picked or anything. Spirits. I want the names of the people that the girls have picked. Tell me the spirit name and the person online. One at a time.
Yeah.
Tell him I was singing Darcy.
Come, carry spirit. I've heard Liam brought Darcy and John, if that makes sense to you. One sec, spirits. I've heard Liam's brought Darcy and John. Are they two names on your list?
Tan, we've got Darcy and John on our list.
Yes.
Spirits' names, Darcy and John.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those names.
Darcy and John have been brought by Liam.
Right, tell him when I was singing
John, a message to Michelle then, please, John.
Gavin, when Tan was singing Darcy, we were getting K2 hits here.
She's very strong. She helps with, one sec. Darcy helps with Liam, bring the spirits backwards and forwards.
Yeah,
The two
well,
spirits.
Tan was singing the name Darcy, and the K2 was hitting up to the yellow colour.
She'll do that. She has done that in the past by me. Darcy and Liam are two of the regular viewers of mine online that their mums watch, their friend watches, and their sister watches. They've got to know each other, the two spirits, and they're bringing the spirits backwards and forwards between the two of us.
Yeah, Darcy and John come through last night as well. Darcy and Liam, I mean.
They did. They were helping us last night.
Yeah.
That was the one that started swearing last night and called her a penis and a C word.
Yeah, I did notice that one.
Okay. But one sec, I'm going to try and get a message from John that was by me for Michelle. Give me 1 second. Okay. John, message for Michelle, John. Who are you? She's your wife. He loved her. He did, is what I just heard. Okay.
I found it.
One second, John, I'll do that. Michelle, John himself has just said to me to say to you, this is the way he wanted to give it. After he said, I love you, he's wanted me to show you that he went as if he'd have waved goodbye as you were, if he'd ever seen you leaving. So it was like, I feel like it'd have been through a window or actually outside the front door. Okay. But it's like he wanted me to just tell you that, Michelle, okay? I don't know what are the other two names that you'd picked?
What's the other people's names that we picked?
John Catherine.
No, not the spirits, the people.
Oh, Michelle, Barbara, Carrie and Beck.
Barbara, Carrie and Beck.
Barbara and Beck.
And Carrie as well.
Carrie. Barbara and Beck. Barbara first. Barbara's spirit. What's your name, please? Barbara's spirit's name, please. Barbara's spirit's name.
Okay.
Not nose young through. Cause Jimmy's with me anyway. Barbara, I've got Jimmy. That's right. That's not who she asked for. Let's be careful. One sec. Say that again, please. Is it? Are you talking to spirits? Are you talking to Barbara? Okay, one sec. Okay, stop. Barbara, message me afterwards, okay? I don't know whether anyone heard what was said online there, partly, but I've been given a little bit more. Barbara, just message me, okay? I'm not going to put it online, okay? Right. Who was the fourth one, please?
Beck.
Beck. Okay. Okay. Becky's spirit, please. Barbara's spirit, I'm going to pass the message on. Becky's spirit, please. Your name, please. Becky's spirit only. The rest stand back. What name are we listening for here, Charlie?
What name for Bob? I mean Beck. Rose. You're listening for Rose for Beck.
And Becky, who are you? Becky, who are you for Becky's spirit? Rose, who are you in relation to Becky? Stop. 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 Rose, who are you in relation to Becky, please? Who are you? Rose, who are you to Becky? Auntie. One sec, okay, I'll repeat that for you. Becky, would it make sense, that Rosa said she's proud of the way you've grown up? I don't know the relation, I missed that, unless it was Auntie. Okay? But proud of the way you've grown up. Would that make sense to do with Spirit Rose saying that to you, Becky? I thought it said Auntie, but I didn't want to put that in there, okay? But if the rest of you heard that, then I'd be virtually positive now that that's what I'd heard. It was like she's proud of the way she's grown up, okay? Okay, and you were only 11 when she passed, so that makes sense to you. Thank you, Beck, okay? Right. You've got necrophonics your end now, have you?
Have you sorted it, Spooks?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. She's sorted
Okay, we'll go with my end then first, okay? Before I do that, how close is she to necrophonics being up?
Do you know how close you are?
I don't know. I've got it on an account, but I can't remember which one it was.
She's got it on one of her accounts and she can't remember which one. She's trying
Have you got your K2 near?
Yeah, it's on the
It's
table.
been hitting.
Could you move it away from the device so it's not interfering, so we can see it with nothing
It's
like
nowhere
that?
near the device.
It's nowhere near it.
Okay, could you hold it up so we can see it online? Okay. So we can see it not flashing. Okay. Start. I'm going to turn my app off one sec. Right.
What's it for her?
Ed, Anna, I want just star with me, please. Just star. Star, come and tell me what you were. Star. Star only. Star, what animal were you, please?
Where can you walk round? Walk round and pop it to me here. Okay.
What animal were you, please? Star only. What breed? What breed were you, please? Star. One more time. What breed were you, please, Star?
It's a dog.
He said Jack.
What breed were you, Star?
What you've been talking about?
Everyone else, all other spirits, step back. What breed?
Jack Russell.
That just said Jack Russell.
I said before over there, Jack. It said Jack, then it said waited a gap, then it said Russell. But I thought it was on about a man, but when it turned around and said a dog, I said it's Jack Russell.
Okay, but what else? Now listen to something else. I did hear what you just said. Star. What breed were you? Clearly, Star.
Again.
I'll type what you're going to be. What you should say.
Jack.
Yes. Okay. So people have heard it before I typed it. Okay. Yes, Becky B. German Shepherd. That is right. And you've typed it before I did. So, Star. Right. Star.
Well, who's a Jack Russell?
Okay. I did hear Jack Russell. That's nothing to do with me. German Shepherd Star is. Okay. She normally keeps me safe. So 1 second, because I'm going to now ask her to come over to you, though, instead. I want to see whether this works, because she's a powerful spirit. So, Star, I want you to come across. I want you to set that K2 off, please, with your energy. Take Ed and Nana with you if you need to. Star, go and set that K2 off, please. Go on, Star, do it for me, please.
Breeze between me and you. Can you feel that breeze between me and you?
You two, watch your legs. If they go cold, tell me, please.
Okay.
And she's not that tall. She just said she's not that tall. Go on, Star. I've got one hell of a lot of tapping going on around me now.
Come on, Star. Set this off. Come and set this off.
Go on, Star. Go on, Star. I've got a photo of her by the K2 from the screen. At your end.
Say again?
I've got a photo of her behind the K2. Give me 1 second, I'll show it.
Is he gone?
He's putting a picture up.
Oh.
No, it's reloaded.
Quite surprised here. Was that the REM pod?
Yeah, and he caught hold of it.
Okay. At least you debunked it for us.
Julia said that was a wrong. Okay, sorry, let's try that.
This will show up if I hold it up, otherwise I'm going to have to post the photo afterwards. There's the case on that one.
Your screen's froze,
Can't start setting
Gavin.
up.
Can only see a white. I can see a K2 meter on there.
Okay, above the K2, I'm trying to show it clearly. Right, at the top, about very top of the screen.
Yeah, I can see a bit of a K2, but I think the screen's froze.
Up the German Shepherd, just below the top of the screen, is then the German Shepherd's face. That's Star's face.
Dog's face.
He says there's a dog's face on the picture.
I'm going to try and do this without moving. It was about here at the top, okay? That's it. On the other side of the screen.
Gone.
Oh, come on, Gav.
There is something up there. I can't make out what it is.
I'll post it afterwards.
Okay.
That's his holiday.
But I'm just impressed there. See that was on. Oh, you can see it. A lot of them can see it. I just posted it up online. I just held it up. Okay. But Star, I really wanted you to set the K2 off as well. I could just see her in my own eyes behind you. Which is why I took the photo.
We've got another piece of equipment here, Gavin.
Go on.
Obulus.
Okay. Do you want to explain the obelisk to us, one of you?
It's basically like a speak and spell. It just captures words in a database and spits them out that, well, spirit can pick at random.
Right.
You're gonna have to put it up.
To give it a demonstration to start with. So can it come out with any word, you two?
Off.
Yeah.
Can it come out with any word?
Yeah,
Electric.
Okay. Can it say
Has Gavin
Name.
stalled again?
I don't know.
Or is he just posing?
Can it say names?
What?
Can it say names?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It says electric at the moment.
Can it tell us Yvonne's son's name?
What's Yvonne's son's name?
Pardon.
We can't see what it says.
No, but you'll hear it.
It says electric at the moment.
I just got electric avenue, but
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's lots of thingy in the feed. Yeah, has yours completely gone off? I couldn't play the video.
what's it say now? Electric still.
Yeah.
Ask a question first.
Justine. Is Justine's daughter here and Carrie's friend?
You can see that on the screen there, can't you?
Yeah, I can see the word, yeah. If I go forward.
Ovilus on grass.
Still says electric.
I've got
It's
an ovulus on an app.
It
Over
still says
binary,
electric. That usually would have changed by now. Yeah, there's another ovulus there, look, yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours, Gavin? Mine's the ovulus 3.
Settings
His phone.
on the phone.
Yeah, it makes no difference if it's still an ovulus.
Oh, one sec. Mine has come up with fast brass shepherd. One sec. Let me try and show that so everyone can see that.
Yourself.
No, it says story.
Storm was the sorry, Storm's no story. I don't know. There you can see shepherd, which is what we would send across backwards and forwards a minute ago, and now it says shepherd on here on mine.
Pluto.
Right. So, brass shepherd yourself. The shepherd yourself is what it's come up with on mine in a minute. A message backwards and forwards on 2 of these, please. To tell me who I'm talking to the other side, please, tonight. Who are the 2 girls on the other side of the camera? Or tell me my name. Still like the poem. Liam, if you're with me, put your name up here or something that'd be known to April or Yvonne. Geek. I don't know where the girls have just gone.
100.
I don't know where the girls have just gone. Okay, Liam, can you tell us your name, please? You'll see me on there. Okay. Give me 1 second if you can't see me. I've been online a while now. I'm just making sure that I've cleared the temporary internet files. What I'll do is go back to spiritbox in 1 second before we finish. I don't know where the girls have gone. I don't know if Liam liked weed, but we've just got weed. How I was asking for him to give a sign that you would know. Definitely weed, because then he said telepathy and he's just showing me an image. So it's definitely something to do with weed. Give me 1 second, I'm almost finished here. Does that make any sense? I got weed and telepathy showed me a picture of definitely what was weed. Does that make sense to April or Yvonne?
Cannot.
Give me 1 second. Right. Something is in the computer. They won't even let me do anything with the files. 1 second, everyone, sorry. Give me 1 minute. Come on, computer. Give me 1 second. Some people must be hearing to come up with the word. Give me 1 second. I'll come back on. Just trying to delete the temporary internet file just for a minute.
Sorry, guys. Problems with my internet.
Got bug jam. I know what bug jam is, but
I just heard hang up.
oh, I office.
Weed. I'm told I heard weed.
Give me 1 second.
I have to come off that.
Hi, the girls are back.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's effective.
Yeah. You're going to have to come off watching, Annie.
Hi,
I think that could be.
give us a second. I'm just trying to clear the internet, temporary internet folders. Give me 1 second. Hi, you're back, girls. While you were gone, we had Liam, weed, telepathy, and he showed me an image to do with that. And bug jam. So I don't know if it's into VWs. So I know bug jam is to do with VWs. Come on, PC.
Billion.